Underdog Fantasy continues to be one of the most fun and easiest ways to make a couple of dollars while watching your favorite sport. Underdog Fantasy has a whole bunch of options, a ton of flexibility, and it's a real easy barrier of entry to this daily fantasy space. They'll even give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/underdog, use promo code WWP. Then you get a couple of free bucks and you use that free money and you go ahead and build an entry. I'm going to give you an entry. If you like this one, great. If not, build your own, but get the free money. wewantpicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. I'm going to build an entry right now for you based off of UFC London. But you see across the top here, we've got all the sports, including college basketball. This weekend is a very big college basketball weekend in the United States of America. So what you can do is get your free money and do a basketball entry. You can do a little bit of UFC. You can even mix and match both sports and build yourself the ultimate Saturday entry. Either way, get the free money. It's insane not to. If you've never tried it, I promise you, it's a ton of fun. Worst case scenario, you get the free money, you lose it all, you ride off into the sunset. Or you win a bunch. Now you're the hottest guy in town. Got a couple of free dollars in your Underdog account. Things are looking up. wewantpicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. Let's go ahead and build an entry here. This is going to be an interesting fight card. We got a couple of big-time favorites, a couple of very live underdogs. Right off the rip, this main event is tricky. I actually do think Sean Brady's going to win, but I only think Sean Brady's going to win because Leon Edwards is just perfectly content doing nothing. Leon Edwards is the better fighter, though, and if he turns it on, and if he fights to his full potential, he absolutely could find a finish here. So the 2.7x on a half a finish could look pretty good. Ultimately, I do think it's going to go to a decision. I think it's probably going to be a 3-2 decision for Sean Brady. You can do the fight line here or just whatever you think happens in the main event. You can get some multipliers and some juice there, but we're not going to do that. What we are going to do, though, is grab some juice on the Carlos Ulberg finish line. Listen, the good news is you can get some wrong here and make money. Right? You can make money. You could be net positive and get one and sometimes even two of these lines wrong. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the flex entry because these are fist fights and anything can happen. What I am going to do is stack that flex entry with a couple of lines that will juice the payout here. And we're going to get a 20% or a 19% lift on Carlos Ulberg here to get a finish. He's fighting a 42-year-old man. I think he gets a finish. And if he doesn't, it's okay. We got the flex payout. But I do think he finds a finish here. I'm surprised that is juiced and not even money. So we'll go ahead and take the juice. If we work our way down to Marcin Tybura, where the hell are you? Here he is. Marcin Tybura, 1.5 takedowns. I'm going to go the lower. Listen, I think he's going to lose this fight. If you think Marcin wins this fight, he's likely going to need 2 takedowns. I don't think he wins this fight. And then I ran through his fight history. Even in fights that he's winning with his grappling, he's not getting a ton of takedowns. Marcin Tybura's takedowns are not like spectacular. He's not a heavyweight Nurmagomedov. He's just a guy that moves forward, sticks with some volume, and grinds. I think he's going to struggle a little bit with Mick Parkin. Mick Parkin's big, slow, sluggish, but Mick Parkin is a talented dude who will pump a jab and stay on the outside. He doesn't suck. Mick Parkin can also grapple. I think Mick is going to win this fight. I think Marcin's going to struggle to get all of the takedowns. He might get 1. I don't suspect he's going to get 2, so we're going to do the lower on 1.5 takedowns. If we work our way down, we're going to go ahead, and now we got to go back up because I can't see all these names. There we go. Christopher Padilla. On the opposite side of that spectrum, I think Chris Padilla gets the takedowns. I think he is going to strike with Jai Herbert for a little bit, realize the range, potentially a speed advantage, and then say, let me go ahead and shoot some takedowns. Chris Padilla is a very good grappler. We saw him take down and finish James Yontop. Somebody, Mauricio Ruffy, couldn't finish, but Chris Padilla got the takedown, created the scramble, and made it happen. I do think he's going to strike early, and we're going to be sweating this line at first. But then I think he'll get popped his head back a little bit, right? A stiff jab from Jai, the distance from Jai because he is very tall. And I think Chris is going to be like, let me wrestle. And then he is going to wrestle. I think he gets 2 takedowns here. We'll go ahead and add that to the mix. And then finally, we're going to ride Puja Tomar to the promised land. This is a very low significant strike number of 68.5. This is low. I think we're going to do the higher here. I think we're going to cruise past this number. I think Puja Tomar and Shauna Bannon are going to absolutely slug it out. Both of these women are going to be looking to strike. Neither one of them are sort of phenomenal grapplers. Obviously, Shauna Bannon can grapple and may use a little bit of grappling in here. But even if Puja gets taken down once or twice, she is going to let her hands go. We saw it in her last fight. She just planted her feet, threw a million kicks. So I think we're going to get past this number. I think we're going to get past it pretty easily. If we get 25 strikes a round, you cruise past this number. Cruise past it. And that's not a lot for a couple of females in a fight that is likely going to a decision. Obviously, by the time you watch this, there may be more lines here. But it's a delicate balance between attacking lines that you like early and waiting for the rest to drop. We're going to get the Puja. We're going to get the Shauna Bannon round lines. It's going to be 14.99 minutes. The over is going to make sense there. With Chris Duncan, we might be in an interesting situation. Christian Duncan, we might be in an interesting situation. They might overdo his line. You might get a 14.99. The under might make some sense. But I'm liking what we have here. I don't want to wait too long and then lose these takedown lines. I don't want to wait and then Puja's number is going to be 77, 78, because that's a very different fight. So this is what we have built. I've already built it. Let's go ahead and take a look. We've got 4 picks here. We have Marcin Tybura lower than 1.5 takedowns. I do not think he gets the takedowns going. Carlos Ulberg higher than a finish. That has a 19% boost on it. I think Carlos Ulberg is going to find the chin of a very old and a very inactive Jan Blachowicz. We have Puja Tomar higher on her 68.5 significant strike line. And then Chris Padilla higher than his 1.5 takedowns. This is my entry. If you like this entry, spectacular news. We made some money. If you don't, that's fine. No big deal. Get your free money. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. Lots of sports this weekend. Build a few different entries. Mix and match them. Check for free bonuses on the homepage. Let me show you very quickly. You go to pick them on this homepage. They will have some free entries and some bonuses for you. Check these out. Then move over to your favorite sport and build what you want to build. That's the breakdown, guys. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP.